Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to go over the two-player game Rune by Zamilla Games. So let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll give you a general overview of the game, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts.
Okay, so this is going to be initial setup of the game of Rune here. Nice little box. Love the cover art on it. Nice and easy and portable. So what you're going to do is you're going to put out the starting card. You're going to deal out 3 cards to each player. It's a 2-player game. And you're going to give 3 meeples. So black player gets 3 black meeples and red player gets 3 red meeples. And on a player's turn, what they're going to do is they're going to look at their cards. Ooh, I have more than 3. What they're going to do is they're going to place one of these cards. And the rules for placement is simply that when I cover over a card, it needs to match the rune. So I can cover over this one because it's the blue and green rune. And the last thing I do on my turn is I can pick between one of 2 things. I can either draw a new card to go up to 3, or I can place one of my meeples down. And what I'm going to do with that is I'll be claiming an area. So if I place them here, I'll be claiming the runes around them. Now, the cool thing about this is that I'm going to do a little cheating, so don't pay attention to that portion. But let's say it was like this. I would score all the connected greens, so I'd get points for all these guys. And there's a couple different rules for the points, and I'll go over those in a second. But basically, that's what you're going to do on your turn. You're either going to draw a card or place a meeple. And the neat thing about this game is as you're placing these meeples, you have less cards in your hand. So when you get down to that last meeple, you're only going to have 1 card in your hand. And then you place the meeple and you'll have none. So there is a little bit of push your luck in when you're going to be placing down your meeple to claim these things, because your opponent's going to be doing the same thing. And the faster you do it, also, the less options you'll have in your hand. So that's really cool in that area. The other thing to remember in this game is the points that you're going to get for the end game scoring based on the runes that you were able to be next to. Green runes are worth... Oh, I'm sorry. We'll start with blue runes. Blue runes are worth 1 point. Green runes are worth 2 points. And red runes are worth 3 points. And the person with the highest score at the end wins. So that's the gist of the game Rune, but there is a mini expansion that comes with this game, which is pretty cool. You will get a Grand Master token. And what this does is it's going to help you build up your chains if you want, which you should want to, when you place down your meeple. So you have the option of putting down this meeple and placing this guy down, and it's not really good configuration to, well, actually I could do that way. If I wanted a whole bunch of blues, I would place it down like that. So not really great, but you get the idea. You can place this one over top of an existing room to give you a larger chain if you had a better placement of cards that came out here. And that is the whole expansion. I would say after maybe 1 play of the game, which these play pretty quick, you may want to just throw in this expansion because it's pretty neat. It gives you a little bit of more opportunity. It gives a little bit more strategy when placing these out, because you know that if your opponent has this, that they might be seeing the same combo that you are. So that is a basic overview of the game Rune. Let's go ahead back up to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts.
So this is a lot of fun for a 2-player game that doesn't take up much space here. There's a lot of strategy to it. I like the fact that you have to balance placing out the different cards versus placing your meeple. And after you place your meeple, you're going to have less options each turn. So there's a lot of strategy on when and where you place your little meeples. So I highly recommend this 2-player game if you want something light that takes very little time to play and yet still has a lot of strategy to it. So there's a lot of replayability in this. It's portable, like I said. So I do recommend Rune. Thank you for watching.